Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's going on? It's Wednesday night, 12 volt talk up in the house,
Yeah.
in the crib.
Yeah. It's me, your boy, High Five Vega. I'm joined by a small, little known channel, Wilson Audio Labs. He's coming up. He's growing at a quick pace. You guys are going to know his name soon enough.
He's working his way up, Willie Williston style.
Yeah.
I'm aiming for 1,000 subscribers. I'm pushing, getting close.
Yeah.
Now, what's going on, everybody? We appreciate you guys, as always, for joining us here on Wednesday night to talk 12 volt and BMX and whatever else. What is it? Bearded dragons and other things.
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of things happening. Free pizza's being given away, and then Jesse just like, nah, I don't want the free pizza. And then,
Now, speaking of free pizza, did you notice Kicker's new layout last night?
Oh, yeah, that was sick.
Wasn't it, though? Wow. They are killing the game. I mean, they're making us look like we're working out of our houses or something, with in an office.
Yeah, we need a budget. We need a budget for this.
We do. We need to work with a finance person.
Right.
Who's that?
We got to find them. Then they're gonna find out like, oh, hold up, you don't have no money.
Y'all don't exactly make anything. But you know what? We're here to have fun and talk to our friends. We got lots of people hanging out with us here in the chat. And I gotta share us on Facebook. Hold on a second. Let me hit the button right now. Bam.
Boom, boom.
Right. Boom. I was trying to wait right until 8 because I don't know about you, Rob, but there's nothing that drives me more crazy than seeing somebody say, hey, check out my stream, and you go to it and it's like, we'll start in 30 minutes.
Yeah. The best is like 2 or 3 days away.
Yeah.
I was like, dude.
It's coming. I'm like, oh man, that's a topic I wanted to see right now.
Yeah. I do that with Sound Device because they want to have it up and out. I was like, man, I like to post it up like the afternoon or something.
But I mean, granted, I understand too giving people the opportunity to plan. But since we do every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, almost every Wednesday, people just needs to know. Just kind of plan the rest of your week around Wednesday night at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's our T-Fade's Bitcoin account. That is, hey, we could use that budget, T-Fade.
That is for sure. And we're going to get us some 6x9s with this $20 from Joaquin. Thank you, sir. And yeah, that didn't sound bad for some 6x9s. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, you got to go watch the 160 dB van video on my channel. And you got to watch it all the way to the end because this fool right here that gave us $20 got into the port of a bandpass enclosure.
That's like,
with, what was it, 3 huge 18s and about 75 million watts of power.
So much power that the cables jumped up and down every time he burped it. Yeah,
he did. And that dude ran C-Max battery bank. I think it was a 90 amp hour or something. And he never charged it the whole time he was there. Did demos for about 2 hours.
Yeah,
I was impressed. Of course, I didn't ever see him catch on fire or anything, which would not be impressive. But wow. I know that
Starfish Job.
Who is it? Is it Jason Jones, Subwoofer Solutions, the other guy that does amp dyno test? He also uses the C-Max bank. And dude, he never charges it, and that thing hardly ever drops below 14 volts, even with like a 10K amp.
Oh, see, you've wasted all your money then on all these extra batteries.
Y'all just don't even know how much money Big D has wasted on some batteries and some power supplies and
bus bars.
Trying to get 3-phase, and I can't even get it in my house. It's just, man.
Oh, dude, you can't get 3-phase in your house? I forgot about that. Yeah, you did mention that, huh?
Non-residential. Not in my neighborhood. I asked about it. Could it be commercial? So, well, y'all can make it commercial, can't you?
How long will a 3-phase extension cord work?
That's right. I got this big thing that hums out by the street. Can't you just, run me a
straight. Just power cord? Me up.
Right.
We have some welding cable at work it's bigger than ADOT. I forget what they call it, but yeah, that just one of those with a plug on in. It ought to work.
See, that'll do it. and just just tell the guy who's mowing the grass, just be careful.
Yeah, don't
Like
hit that line.
raise up your your deck a little bit when
Yeah.
you're doing the yard, because hate to see you fly off your seat of your lawnmower and me have to
And
pay
throw the
for it.
power out for the whole area.
That's right. And then not be able to test amps, which is more
Yeah.
important than a
Yeah.
refrigerator's working. Kevin, you the man. Thank you, sir. Car Audio for the win. So before we get into the topic, Rob, what's been going on? What's the hot topics with Mr. Vega? What's been going on in your world?
That's man, I just done a budget system. People seem to like that. Surprisingly, I was expecting to get a lot more guff for no sub. So sometimes I like to troll a little bit. And
Not
I
you.
was like, hey man, they're gonna get me on this sub thing, but they didn't. They were actually kind of impressed. So that's pretty good. What about you? I know you got something in that looks super cool.
I do. Do we want to show them now? Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess we
man. Let's
can.
just show
Why
them up
not?
front. And if
Let's
you're
just show
listening
'em.
on audio, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry because you're not going to be able to see this on audio.
Mhm.
Do.
Is
Have I
that
got
like
it
an
upside down?
electric blue?
Have I got it upside down? Yes, I do. My bad. This is the new Down for Sound JP8. And the blue, I told Rob, it's really hard to tell via video or pictures, but it's really like a kind of an aqua blue. It looks like it's more of a dark blue in the video and in pictures, but yeah, you can see it's got the plexi on the bottom. It's got that really cool bass knob. And yeah, this just came in today. I got the 4-channel as well. I told Rob, we talked, before we start these podcasts. And I'm like, you know what? SE bicycles, anybody who knows anything about bikes, especially the big bike thing that's going on, their sales have been through the roof over the past like 2 or 3 years. And it's because they do unique colors. They do wacky, wild, and that way everybody can kind of customize their bicycles and make them look whatever, way they want to. I think colors on the amps, even though it's probably going to be in the trunk, you're probably not going to be able to see it, but we like jewelry too, right? We
Yeah.
like stuff that looks cool.
Well, I think Celeste pointed this out.
She
when we
did.
had her on there. She was
Celeste
on
for the
to it.
win.
Yeah.
She said it.
She said it. Gotta have that
And
candy. That Linear Power done this quite a while
yes,
ago.
they did. Exactly. And I don't know that if they still do that or not. I don't know. Maybe they do.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that was their big thing. What do they call it? Eye candy or something is what the ad
Ear
was. And they had
candy.
ear candy. And they had
Ear
all the
candy.
different anodized colors that you could get. But yeah,
I know
that
a
thing
lot of
looks
people's
cool.
OCD is like probably they all got to have the same color, but me, I just like the whole build with all the different colors.
Yeah. I mean, why not? I don't know. So anyway, that just came in. They're doing, the 4-channel is just a black color, so it's just standard. It's anodized black, but it's the same color as the 23, the first model that came out.
Yeah.
And I think they were trying to get those two to match because they think people are going to use that one with the bigger monoblock. But for me, like this size, like 850 watts at 1 ohm, about 650 at 2 ohms, that's perfect for me.
That'd be a good. You should take out the Sundown Full Bridge 1000D and replace it with this and see how you think they compare.
Yeah, I think it would be a good comparison because the SFB is more powerful, but it's that full bridge design, which some people say it sounds different and all that. So yeah,
that sounds like a good Big D video right there.
Sounds like it. I gotta mix things up, man, because people are dropping like flies. They're all flocking to Willie Williston or something, and not even flocking there.
Yeah,
the views have dropped over the past month, but I don't let that harm me because it happens. It goes, like it goes down and up.
Well, I tell you, DIY audio guy had like a 3,000 subscribers spike, like 3,500. He might pass me soon.
That is, yeah, I saw that. He had a couple of pretty popular videos because every time I pulled up my YouTube homepage, it had him on there, like the Band Pass one, and there was some other one. he was getting recommended. So yeah, he's doing good. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
It's hard to. I mean, you never know, right?
Yeah, like they say, every YouTube video is a lottery ticket you could win. And yes, Kip,
Yes.
I need the L7X Proto and all the rest of the subs. Just send me the whole lineup, man. I'll
Yeah.
play with them all.
We're patiently waiting. I'm sure, like everybody else is too.
Oh, he unlike Beetlejuice, you just say DIY audio guy once and he shows up. How's that for service?
No need to repeat yourself.
Yeah,
Justin, you killing it, man. Good job.
yeah. See, I hope he passes me and blows up, and then I can get more subscribers off his coattails.
I tell you, man, I have seen it happen, especially with the tech guys that do the tech stuff. They'll like do collaborations, and they'll all just boost up. It's almost like that. That's the best way to do it. We
Yeah,
should do that as a community more. I think with videos.
I bet you, I could prove you wrong, RVH. Yes, it would. We're on CCA line.
Well, the topic for tonight is one, Rob and I sometimes will have these shows planned out. We'll have guests, and by the way, we have guests coming, and we also have episode 100 coming. This is episode 98, so we're only 2 away from the big 100. We're going to try to have several of our previous guests come on and just, speak for a few minutes, tell us how things are going with them, find out what's up, and hopefully they'll give us a thumbs up for making it to 100 episodes.
Yeah.
And but tonight, we talked about it a little bit. We're like, isn't it interesting how the car audio industry seems to, ever since this COVID stuff has hit, and I don't know, maybe Kip could mention, since he's in the chat, if this actually started, the trend started before COVID, but man, sales have been like crazy. All these different sites that sell stuff, and the guys are on Facebook, the Down for Sounds, the GP Audios, the I can't think of the name of some of the other ones, but all those guys that that have their own shops and stuff are talking about how they're constantly out of stock and trying to restock. I know some of it is supplier based, but it almost seems like even when they do have the stock, it's just going straight out the door. I mean, their sales are just through the roof.
Yeah. And I think they've been like car audio in general has been on an upswing, and we've mentioned it, several times in past. But then, like you said, in 2020, stimulus maybe has something to do with this, but there was a huge bump from 2020 till now, and it still kind of seems like it's riding high.
Yeah, you would think. I know there was some money passed around from the government and stuff, but seems like there's a lot more people, that were having, that got laid off or weren't able to work, and you would think, that would affect something like car audio, which is a specialty. What would you call it? Like a a luxury item
Yeah.
type thing that, it's not food, it's not shelter, it's not the things that you have to have. But it's just been crazy. I just trying to put my head around it, and hopefully you guys in the chat have some ideas about why it has been. Is it the fact that you can't get some things and it's like, I can't have it, so I want it? Maybe is that it?
Right. And it could be a multitude of things. I think people that got this stimulus, maybe a lot of them were still, the workers that were still at work, like us. You work from home, but I still had to go in. So maybe that was just extra money, and that's part of it. But Kip did say that it started at the beginning of last year.
Yeah, so it was already starting to go up before. And
Right.
again, I see people mentioning it in the comments as well. The automobiles sales are up, the home sales are up. It's like a lot of different industries. It's not just certain ones, it seems like. And I know people that do swimming pools and things like that saying that they're crazy busy. And it's like, wow. I mean, I guess people aren't hurting that bad. I mean, not to say that some people are not, but
Except our
huh,
dude Ed. That's crazy.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll have to fix that.
Yeah.
or
Everybody,
help.
get your
Try
relay
to help.
box.
Get you some sparkedinnovations.com right now. Go over there and check it out and order some stuff.
Yeah,
Ed's got some cool stuff. Relay boxes. He got Omi. He's got Fanny.
yeah. What's the next
That
one?
didn't sound right.
Yeah.
Oh boy, no! Seriously, they've got some really cool stuff. The remote switching box is super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, check them out. Go over there and support them. Spend some of your stimulus or tax refund money and get you some cool.
You know, I'm
Spark
waiting
innovation.
for those Sparked Innovations distro blocks because I really dig the design, you know, the aesthetic of them.
Yep.
Like a distribution, especially one that was like a combo. Even if
Mm-hmm.
they sold them separate, but a combo would be so sick. Just a big, huge block.
There you go. Did Ed stop making the Omi? Really? All I know is that dude brought that thing to me. He told me that they hand built it. I'm like, that must have taken you like an hour or hour and a half to do that. And it's like, it was so intricate. And I was thinking, wow, even at whatever I think they were 60 or $70. It's like, I don't see how he's making any profit on that after all the labor that's involved with it.
Yeah, for sure. His soldering skills are much above ours.
There is no doubt. That thing is really nice. And I've got the V1. He even updated a V2 with the Omi. So and that one even looked cooler. But oh, I had the prototype. Oh,
Ooh.
so it goes to eBay.
Yeah.
One of one. I don't do that kind of thing.
I think Kip's onto something here. You know, people aren't eating out as much. They're not going out and shopping as much. I think that also leads to them having more money. It's like, hey, I can buy these speakers and install them at home. And I think this is kind of going around, you know, a lot of businesses are seeing increases.
Yeah, that does make sense. Because definitely with me not having to drive to work, I mean, I haven't even had my oil changed in like a year because I haven't put enough miles on my car to do that. But yeah, I mean, wear and tear on your vehicle, new tires, gas, all that stuff that I'm not having to buy. I'm not having to go out and eat lunch every day and pay for that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money when you add it up for a whole month. I mean, that's definitely a good amount. So the fact that people are, I mean, we're lucky that we're in the technological age where most people have access to high enough speed internet that they can work from home. But you can imagine this, you know, maybe 15 years ago when it was really hard to get high speed internet. It would have been difficult for people to work from home the way they can now. And things wouldn't
Yeah.
be the same.
It's definitely nice for people to be able to do that. And it gives another avenue for your hobbies. Because if you're at home, some people commute 2 or 3 hours a day. So now you got some car audio time. Like, hey, I'm done with work. It's 5 o'clock. I walk out into the garage. It's 5:05. We're ready to roll.
Yeah, well, and it will be interesting to hear from Jeff from Parts Express, who will be on next week, and he can tell us how the DIY market is like for
Right.
the speaker drivers and the crossover kits and all the stuff that they have, and just see does it follow the same trend? Because if it's what you guys are saying here, it makes sense. It also makes sense why DIY audio guys getting a lot of views because people are
Yeah.
wanting to do DIY. They got extra time. Say, hey, let's do some DIY stuff. And after we build our she shed and our tiny house, we need to build us a bandpass subwoofer.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, but wood's super. Have you priced wood lately?
I have not. Is wood has gone up like everything else
Yes.
has, though, right?
Yes. Because I was talking to my wife. It's like, I'm thinking about building a fence, this summer. Finally, we don't have a fence on our property. I started looking at wood prices. Like, no, we'll wait till they go back down.
That's
The fence can wait.
the famous last words. We'll wait until it goes back down. That's like gas now. It won't ever go back down. One of one, worth $69.
Did you pick that number on purpose, Ed? That's what I want to know.
Ed. What's up with that?
Yeah.
But that dude, not only did he gifted it to me, he hand delivered it. Like he came from Pennsylvania. I think he did like a East Coast visit because he saw EXO. He saw who else did you see, Ed? There's some other people along the way too that he saw.
He went to
Scott
Sundown too.
Sundown, yes.
Yeah.
Scott at Power Hog Audio, $5. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I
Hey,
think
so
he actually did a Sundown After Dark too, right?
right. So he picked that number on purpose. Thanks, Ed. You're the man.
No doubt.
That's why we love you.
Yeah, and the Mario Day thing, I got to see a little bit of his stream today when I was at, I think it was after work. I just pulled it up and saw he had been on there, and the March 10th thing, Mario. It's like, how do people come up with this stuff? I know Ed didn't come up with it, but the
Yeah.
fact that that's a thing, and I'm just so out of touch with all these sayings,
Yeah.
and
I've
that's
been
what happens when you
digging
get old.
Ed's his live streams. It's like a fireside chat with Ed.
It is. It was really
Yeah.
interesting. The little bit that I was able to watch today, I definitely want to continue on. And Ed, do you put those on YouTube as well, or do you just do them on Facebook?
No, they're on YouTube. That's where I watched it.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna put those in a playlist and check them out. So go check out Sparked Ed on YouTube and check out his daily streams. Does one like every day. This is what's called a daily stream.
Yeah. Daily
I'm
stream.
I'm working on. I need more fire. Well, the conversation he had today, and I'll just give people a little bit of a tip, but it was a good topic because he was talking about when you were a kid or when you were younger, did you have goals? Did you have visions? Did you have dreams of things that you wanted to do when you got older? And have you accomplished some of those, as you get older, or have you not? Or is there anything that you want to accomplish? It was a very interesting topic, and I didn't get that far along with it, but I'll just leave you the teaser because I want to go watch the rest of it too. Ed's a
Yeah.
really good speaker too, so he's able to keep your interest very well. So cricket price,
Cricket prices
Beardy's
are killing
crickets.
But I wonder if there's any other factors other than what we've talked about with it going up. And I don't know. I don't know what could actually make this change
I
other
don't.
than it feels like it's rising anyways.
Yeah, I don't either because and Dean will tell you too. He's like, no, we've been busier now than we ever have before, and we're like, people seem to have less reason these days to upgrade sound systems in vehicles, right? Because the systems are just better. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, the best system, a factory system, is still not as good as like a budget aftermarket system, but still, for the people who don't really care all that much, the factory systems now are way better than they used to be. I mean, you used to have, if you were lucky, you had 6x9s in the back and like 5 1/4s in the front, so you didn't have a whole lot of air moving capability there. But now a lot of the systems have separate subwoofers and have digital signal processing and all that stuff built in. So that's the part to me that's really interesting. It's like you've got an area where you kind of think that maybe home audio would have grown a lot during this time because you're spending more time at home. You want to upgrade your home theater, upgrade things like that because, like we've already talked about, you have more time, you have a little bit more money, and people are watching more TV. So you would think they want to do that. So the whole car thing, I don't know. Boats, I could understand. Marine audio, ATV
Yeah.
stuff, all those, I understand that part growing. But I'm really just kind of baffled. And I'm interested in what the audience here who's watching us live thinks. So if you guys have any ideas, post them in the chat and we'll paste some up if we see anything that makes half sense, unlike me.
They make full sense.
The ease of integration and affordable prices have really helped those who want to get into aftermarket gear. El Fuego says,
I would say affordable prices for sure because you can get really high quality stuff for cheap now, but the ease of integration may be way harder now than it was back then. But there's solutions for you and there's videos for you. So I guess
Yeah.
maybe it balances out.
That's true. It's just, to me, ease of integration these days is saying a lot
Yeah.
because there is no one way to do. I mean, you got so many different things to be concerned about: the chimes, the start stops, the optical systems in some cars, all the different ways. It's like, people, can we just use one single connection? Give us
Yeah.
aftermarket.
No.
I'm telling Kip, they got to get. They already talked with audio control because they're working together. They got to get Rockford Fosgate. They got to get. Help me out with another big one.
JL Audio.
JL Audio. Thank you.
Yeah.
Got to get the big wigs like you guys have got to go and use your power, your muscle. Say, look, this is what we need, and then hand them over, the suitcase full of cash.
Yeah.
That's how they do it in Washington. So you can do that with the automotive industry. They'll listen. They'll be like, yeah, my wife likes pie. How much is in there again?
Yeah. They'll be like, no. That bag of cash, we can get that out of 100 cars that we sell the upgraded audio system
Ain't
to.
it the truth?
Because they're selling those things like $4,000 or $5,000 and crap.
It is insane what they charge for aftermarket. But the smart thing is the ones that bundle, like our F-150, they bundled this whatever package 802 or whatever it's called. You get a sunroof, you get a technology package with cameras all around it that makes it look like you're flying in the sky. You get I don't even know, pre-thought collision stuff, and it's got the little knob where you back up a trailer and you turn the steering wheel with a knob instead of the steering wheel. I'm like, what? Why do I need a knob to back up to a trailer? Just because when you turn it to the right, the trailer goes to the left when you do it with the steering wheel. And
that's actually really helpful. I like that.
It's pretty slick, but see, my mind would still do it the wrong way because I'm thinking about how I would do it with a real steering wheel.
Yeah. Yo, Tony, first time. What's up, man?
Yo, welcome. Tony, thanks for joining us. I saw some posts here about some thoughts, and I kept yapping, and I see them on the YouTube chat. I might have to scroll down.
Talking about this is in our domain. Have you seen used car prices?
They are high.
Word.
They are high.
My goodness. I have been looking. It's almost worth it to buy a brand new truck versus a used truck.
It is. And well, that's why we got our truck, because I looked for ones that were like 5 years old and it was only saving a few $1,000s. I said, forget that. And I've been looking for a Sequoia, a newer one, to replace my Sequoia for about 2 years now. And dude, it's like $25,000 for a 8-year-old one that's got 200,000 miles on it. Yeah. I'm like, are you people crazy?
Yes.
I just want like 70 or 80,000 miles. I'm not scared about that, but man, 200,000 miles.
I seen a 1999 S10 with the 4-cylinder like the S10 I have, listed for $6,500. It had 240,000 miles on it.
So what you gonna sell yours for? $63.99?
What's got a rod knocking? So
well, that's okay. It's gonna be LS swapped anyway by the next person, so it's all good.
Yeah.
So Redman, did I say that right? Redman. I don't know. You got too many capitals and lower cases for me to figure it out. It's like deviant. Anyway, the amount of people going through a midlife crisis is huge. That demographic spends a lot. That's a valid point too. Yeah, I mean, because it's almost like, what industry is not experiencing an explosion right now? Because I'm just trying to think out loud. We've already talked about automobiles. We talked about homes. We've talked about, luxury items. We've talked about swimming pools. I don't know of anything that's not. I mean, imagine grocery stores with everybody working from home now. They're having a huge explosion. Probably the ones where, obviously, concert venues, movie theaters, things like that. The people that do comedy, stand-up and stuff, they don't have comedy clubs to go to and make money that way. But people like Joe Rogan have proven that you can just have a podcast and get millions of views and, make $100 million or more on Spotify. That works too.
And then quit making good podcasts.
I haven't, well,
yeah, you haven't listened.
This is a side jag. But I pretty much base my watching on YouTube, and I create a playlist, and that's what I watch. So I used to watch him all the time, and then when he went to Spotify and said, "Oh, well, come over to Spotify, it's free." I've got Spotify. I pay for the
Yeah.
premium Spotify, but I base my watching on what's on YouTube because it's easy to do it through the one app. And I'm not going to Spotify
No.
to load up just the Joe Rogan experience, and watch that. So that was a fail. Understand why he did it. $100 million. Who's going to turn that down? But,
Yeah.
I don't know how it's working out
the
for
ones
him.
that there's a lot of podcasts I listen to that are going exclusive, and I'm just not going to listen to it anymore. If
They're
you're
calling about your
Yeah, I
extended
know.
warranty.
That's exactly what that is. I should have picked it
You
up
should
just
have
so they would
shown it.
say that. I should have picked it up and just so they would say that. They call me at least twice a
We should have
day.
answered it, and we should have played it on the podcast, and that would have been like
Dude,
classic.
I know that number was that. If it ever does it again during the stream, I'll pick it up.
That would be like the most popular show we've ever had if you talk to them on there.
But I've had a bunch of podcasts, and it's like podcasts I like. But if I can't get it all in the spot where I'm listening to it, I use Overcast, and I manage all my podcasts in there. It's like if you drop out of that, you just drop out of the loop for me.
Yeah, it's tough. It's all about convenience. It's like Rob said before, convenience trumps fidelity, and Biden trumps Trump. Sorry.
He's just
joke.
like
I had
he
to
was
fill
like,
in
"What kind of
for Nick
I gotta
since
keep."
he's not here. What happened? Marketing 101 is working. Everyone is home watching TV. Speaking of, this is another side jag. Okay, so I record everything I want to watch on regular TV through YouTube TV because I pay for that, which is ridiculously expensive, $65 or $69, whatever it is a month. But then on YouTube itself, I do the YouTube Premium, which is $10 a month, but you don't have to watch any ads. And I got to say, you get really spoiled with that because we went to the beach this past weekend and we were watching, Time Warner Cable or Spectrum, whatever you call it, and Discovery Channel. Dude, it was like every 2 minutes they had a 5-minute commercial. And I'm like, I cannot deal with this.
I'd love to just point out the most first worldness problem in the world right here.
Well, here's the thing. So TV used to be free, and then you had to watch 7 minutes of commercials every hour or something. I don't remember the exact number. But then cable came along. You paid for cable. Then they started putting in more commercials. Then they extended the 7 minutes to like 14 or 15 minutes. And what they do is they go about 10 or 15 minutes with no commercials. And then after that, it's like, bam, every 2 minutes, bam, bam, bam. It is a first world problem, but I don't like it. Put my foot down. Size 13.
Oh, you got to watch the ones that don't have, Disney Plus.
All you got to do is just record Judge Judy and People's
I don't
Court.
even like having to skip them.
I don't mind skipping them because it works.
Yeah.
I just skip them commercials. Every time I hit the little button, it's like 30-second skip.
Yeah. I always overshoot it.
Let's see what anybody has to say in the chat. Was there any other comments that I missed?
Well, Joaquin doesn't have cable for that very reason. He just watched all the ads on our videos.
I can tell you, those of you out there who don't have YouTube Premium, if you watch YouTube videos and you're like, I can't stand the commercials, they drive me crazy, that's the best $10 a month you will ever spend, because not only does it knock out all the commercials, it also gives you access to their YouTube Music service, so you can stream music too. It is a no-brainer.
But it's even better than that. You can make a YouTube playlist, and it will play the music with your screen off.
With your screen off, yes.
Right.
And if it's not even music, if it's a video podcast and you want to listen to like us talking, then you can do the same thing. Whereas if you don't pay the $10 and you you hit the stop button on your phone or whatever to close the screen, then it cuts it off. Which Facebook does that, and it drives me crazy. If today, I was watching Ed's stream, and I wanted to go do something else, and I went to switch it, and it closes it down. Facebook just not smart like that.
No, Facebook is.
They want you to look at ads because you notice how, especially on a desktop. I know most people use mobile phones and tablets and stuff these days, but if you use Facebook on the computer, over the years, the way that the middle section that has the meat has shrunk, it's crazy.
I use Facebook as little as possible.
I feel like I need to grab the bars, kind of like when you're in an Excel document, you want to stretch out one of the columns. I keep trying to do that, and Facebook ain't have nothing to do with that. No, sir.
YouTube card.
Yes, exactly. And I've mentioned that before. The content that's available on YouTube, if you have an interest in anything, it doesn't matter if it's cooking, if it's repairing old cars, if it's hunting, fishing, pretty much anything that you're a fan of for a hobby, then YouTube. Now, live sports, not so much.
Yeah.
But I don't know, and I'm interested to hear what other people have to say in the comment section. But I used to be a diehard college basketball fan, and I would watch some pro football. I wasn't a huge fan. I watched some of it. The past year, I can count on this hand how many games I've watched.
Yeah, me too.
And it's like I've just completely lost interest because it's almost like you're watching a scrimmage game now, right? You don't have the fans there, and it's just not the same dynamic. But for me, it's kind of good because that's a waste of time for me doing that versus creating content or working on, Willie Wilson, putting together some new tires on my bike or something. So it's been good in that aspect, but it's just weird. I don't know. What do you guys think? Has anybody else done that? Rob, you said that you have.
Yeah, I only watched college sports anyways. Just basketball and football mainly. I didn't ever watch baseball, but I haven't watched. I mean, it doesn't help that our team has sucked the past couple of years either. That adds to it, but I haven't watched hardly anything. If anything, I'll listen to it on the radio while I'm grilling or working out in the garage.
Yeah, for some reason, my StreamYard stream is not doing the same as a YouTube stream, so I'm not seeing exactly the same comments. But I'm seeing some people say, they have to have their sports, and some people are saying they cut cable to save money.
And I just used to, when I done it, I would get the cheapest, whatever, Sling TV, $30 a month package, pay for it during sports, and then cut it off.
Yeah.
But like Joaquin says, like ESPN Radio is free. I listen to it on my radio, and then I watch the highlights later on YouTube if I want to see a play.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I do that a lot when I'll be out working in the garage. I got a radio out there, play it on. Actually, shout out to Kip. I've been using this. This has an FM tuner.
Killer. Yes, and when I first got it, I'm like, where is the radio? Where's the FM tuner?
Yeah.
And I put the app on my phone. I'm like, oh, here's the FM tuner. How convenient.
Yep. Right in the app. And I've been using this thing a bunch out there. So, and it's pretty rugged. Like, this thing has sawdust in it everywhere, I'm sure. I'm sure of it.
The only drawback I have to that, which I haven't provided a feedback yet, and you may agree or disagree, is the plug to charge it is proprietary. You can't plug a USB-C or something into it to charge it.
Oh, is it? It's a no, it's a DC plug.
I know, but what I'm saying is it's a special DC plug that you have to keep with it, right? Like all my other electronics that are portable have a USB-C adapter or a USB-C jack for charging, and I can plug in any USB-C. Now I've got to remember to carry the kicker block around with me. That's my only beef with it, if there's any beef. But the reason I said that before is because I lost it and couldn't find it. I finally did find the charger, but
you tried to plug another charger into it, and it didn't work.
No, I was just trying to remember. I was like, oh, I can't charge it over USB like I can all my other electronic devices. So that's my only beef.
It's like a regular It's like a regular. I mean, the little Doonies like that as well. As a matter of fact, it's got the same plug.
It is. That's another one that I'm not a huge fan of that connection either, because I've got several other. I bought several other of the larger portable boombox things, and they all charge via USB-C, and it's very simple just to do that and not have to worry about any kind of a special power cable. But
Right.
what does he say? Oh, okay. We're talking about ads. No. If Kicker ads came on,
Yeah.
I'll be watching them. I mean, we talked about that before, and Kip's like, we had these ads available to dealers for all these years, and then we started showing them on our live stream, and people were flipping out, asking for them again. He's like, you guys have access to these ads. We gave them to you a long time ago. What are you doing? But they are killer. They are really cool ads, the Kicker stuff.
Yeah. I'll give a shout out to Instagram. I think their ads are like so targeted. Everything they're showing me is like, ooh, I want to click on it and see how much it is.
Yep. I bought one of those spectrum analyzers off of there, and I never got it. Some guy in China is laughing all the way to the bank. Because that's who, I say some guy in China, that's where the payment went. I
Yeah.
could see the little characters. I know what it was. And I was like, I'll give it a month. And then I went into PayPal, and PayPal didn't have any option for me to do a chargeback. It was only like $20, but still $20. I want my VU meter. Hit a brother up.
I'm just the opposite DIY audio guy. If it makes me feel smarter, I don't watch it because I only listen to things that make me feel smarter.
Oh, so he had two negatives in there. I was trying to figure out, I'm like, did you say the same thing he did, Rob? And he says it doesn't make me feel smarter, then I don't want to watch it. In other words, if it does make him feel smarter, then he does want to watch it.
Yeah. Although I do watch,
here.
I like to watch a lot of history stuff, but
yes,
the time I'm with my wife, like we just want to relax and watch a show, whatever it may be. Right now we're on The Witcher. We just finished WandaVision. All them type of shows.
I watched one the other night really late, and sometimes just pick out some weird stuff. But I think it was called Surviving Death or something. Uh-oh, who's that?
Oh, it's a car warranty.
It's not a car warranty.
Oh, no.
Hold on, watch this. Hello? She hung up. That's my daughter. I was gonna put her on live TV here.
No.
Saying, what you calling me for? What do you need? Hold on, let me mute it real quick. Okay, that would have been fun too. I still think Rob's would have been much more fun with the extended warranty thing.
I should have picked it up. It was definitely a missed opportunity.
Well, now we know. $20 is a whole roll of 4-gauge CCA, says James B.
It right is. It
He
sure
right
is. It show you right. No, man, I can't watch stuff like that. Definitely can't watch stuff like that.
Oh, so anyway, I got interrupted right when I was doing that. It was either called Surviving Death or something. But anyway, the very first episode was about people who had near-death experiences. And the lady who starts off the show is actually a brain surgeon. And she tells the story of what happened to her. And she went over a waterfall in her kayak, and it flipped upside down, and she got stuck. She was underwater for 30 minutes. 30.
Wow.
And she tells the story of the things that she saw and all this stuff. And that, dude, it makes my hair stand up on my arm right now. But that was interesting stuff, because they had like 5 or 6 people that they talked to throughout the episode. And I was like, man, I mean, it's like aliens. Some people like my wife can't stand it when I watch these shows about aliens, but I'm always interested in, like the pyramids and all these artifacts that they find that they can't explain.
The dude with the hair. Is that who you're
Yes,
watching?
him.
The
As
hair
funny
guy?
as he looks, some of the stuff they talk about and some of the things they found on Earth that have not come from this planet,
Yeah.
with some of the things that aren't even on our periodic table, it's like that stuff's interesting. But anyway, this one was really interesting, and the second one was about people who are medium, who talk to the dead and all that. And I was like, I don't want to see that one. But the first one was definitely worth a watch.
Well, while you were muted, I think Joaquin he read your lips. What you were saying, Mom, the meatloaf. Never mind, we don't want the meatloaf right
No,
now.
I said 6x9s. That's what I said. That inside joke will never get old, even though it's not
I've
inside anymore.
mentioned it before, but I have a very close friend that died underwater for 30 minutes and came back.
Oh,
And
wow.
it was in Oklahoma City. Someone fell into the water, and while they were falling, grabbed a pole to try to stop themselves, electrified the water. It was electrified, a lighted pole. He jumps in, doesn't even see that, gets shocked, sinks to the bottom. And he was down. Well, it wasn't 30 minutes, it was like 27 minutes. But yeah, he was dead, and he came back. So
Does
he
he
didn't have any
tell a
cool
story?
stories.
He didn't
No,
have
he didn't have no cool stories that I know of, or he
man.
didn't tell them to me. But I call him. He lives in a town, Van Buren, close to me, so I call him Van Buren Jesus.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, that's crazy, man. To
Yeah.
think that your brain doesn't get blood for 30 minutes and you're able to survive is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I was trying to see if there was any other. The Mandalorian. Yeah, now see, we watched some of that. I haven't watched is it second season that came out not long ago? Yeah, I haven't watched the second season yet.
Dude.
I know. I need
you gotta
to
watch it.
I'm waiting for Stranger Things. And if anybody on here doesn't like Stranger Things, you need to sign off now.
Stranger Things is getting progressively worse as the seasons go on.
It may be, but let me tell you this. Yeah. The trailer for season 3, when they used Motley Crue, what was the name of the song? Not Mama, I'm Coming Home, because that's
Skid Row, or no, that's Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy, no, it's the other one. It's the whatever theirs is about coming home. That trailer is like the coolest.
Oh, Home Sweet Home.
Home Sweet Home. Yeah. Yes, that was awesome. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of hokey. Season 1 definitely was the best, and they're kind of getting more. But to me, I don't even care. It's such an awesome, just the 80s, right? The whole 80s aspect of it, the BMX bikes.
Yeah.
The kids, which are probably now like 25 years old because it's been so long since they've shown the kids. But
right. Well, see, I always wish that shows like that just they end on a high note and don't, like The Walking Dead. They should have ended at season 2.
No doubt.
Because it was very good up into season 3, and then they bury it into the ground.
Yep.
I will say, like Breaking Bad did a good job of that. They got in. They had one terrible season, which I think was season 3, and then they got out.
Yeah, definitely. They could have. I don't know, but those guys who do Stranger Things are pretty creative. I don't know. We'll see when season 4 comes out, but I've been waiting. I keep asking my daughter because she's all up on that stuff and following them. I'm like, when's it coming? She said they hadn't said yet. So when's it coming?
I'll definitely watch. It's even though it's getting worse, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Or at least it hits me in the nostalgias.
Nostalgia. Yeah, I mean that makes it. That does all the better is the nostalgia.
Yeah, as soon as Kip paints gold letters on a kicker, I'm gonna be like, pre-order. I don't ever pre-order, but I'm gonna pre-order this.
Well, 1973 and 2023 is a big landmark. That is half of a century, my friends. 50 years since Mr. Irby started. That's a biggie. Gotta do something retro.
Yeah, let's see it. I'm ready to see what they got going on.
It couldn't be that hard to do the L7 subwoofers with the gold, original gold logo. I mean, it's not like you have to bring back the original subwoofers.
Yeah.
Maybe do a chrome basket and a gold logo, or a gold basket and a gold logo or something. I don't know. Sanford and Son. Oh, somebody said it. Oh man, You got to love some Sanford and
I'm
Son and
coming.
some
I'm coming.
Jeffersons. Yeah, but you can. Speaking of Sanford and Son, you can get the whole. Was it 3 or 4 seasons, something like that? You can
Yeah.
get it on Blu-ray, DVD or Blu-ray. This is
Oh, dude,
another.
I still haven't watched Rad.
You haven't watched it yet? This is another
No, no,
good
no.
one. Twilight Zone.
Is that the new one?
This is the 80s one. This is not
Oh.
the new one because I haven't watched those yet because they're on what, CBS All Access or something.
Hmm.
Are they
I
any
heard it
good?
was good.
Okay, I haven't watched those
I
yet.
have CBS All Access. Maybe I have
Oh,
to slip you a code here.
yeah.
Yeah, I watched.
No
Have you watched this?
commercials.
There's also a show, The Stand. Did you like the original Stephen King? Okay, they redone it.
Oh,
I won't say that you'll. It's kind of good. Like you'll like it, I think.
kind
But
of
yeah,
good. Kind of good's good.
yeah.
Yes. Stranger Things is definitely something we can. Here you go. We've all been living upside down the past year. If you guys don't
For
understand the
real.
reference, you must, if you don't have a Netflix account, you must go get it and you must watch the first season to understand El Fuego's comment here.
If they get into the 90s and 11 gets a lowrider, like a lowrider truck with a system, I'm all back in,
Oh,
dude. I'm
see,
back
they
in.
could do
Yeah,
that. That's right. The kids will be driving now,
right.
so they could all have systems and they could have
Yeah,
like mini trucks. See,
yeah, that'd be
this could
dope,
work
dude.
out for us.
We like the cars that go boom.
Yeah, I'm seeing people post all kind of stuff about 50th anniversary gold letter, and Kips even says we're talking retro.
And then he kills your dreams with his very next comment.
Oh, what I say?
If
Kip it,
you
it
know,
doesn't matter.
but while we don't have a bunch to talk about, let's talk about this. If Dereck Williston could make an amp, what would this amp have? What wouldn't it have? What would it look like? And you can use an amp as a reference.
Okay, so you're gonna have to preface that. Is it going to be something that I want for myself to use, or is it going to be something I think that may sell?
It's gonna be the one that you sell to everybody else.
Yeah, that's tough.
What screens Big D if you're selling a Williston Audio Labs amp?
Um,
Color.
I don't.
Is there a color?
Yeah.
Start with that.
Okay. So right off the bat, pretty easily, I'm just trying to decide whether it would be a 4-channel, a monoblock, or a 5-channel. Because I'm not sure. Maybe Kip can chime in about how well 5-channels sell. I like them. I know that
Yeah.
Dean likes them. I just don't know, what sales volume go with that. I know that the cheaper bass head amps sell really well, but let's just go white in color.
Oh, keeping it clean.
Yeah, white in color. It would definitely have to have some meters on it. I'm thinking of the Macintosh vibe, maybe a white amp with, some blue VU meters on it.
Oh, nice. I think Scott's got you kind of pegged here.
Yeah. Yeah, see, and I'm kind of up in the air about AB, especially if we're talking about one to sell
Right.
and one that people would want to buy. Obviously, if I'm designing something for myself, I would do AB, but I think Class D has come, around far enough that you're going to save money doing it that way and get you more efficiency. So let's say a white exterior with the blue VU meters, some glass on the front. That's going to make it expensive too. Obviously,
like the I'm envisioning your head unit for the house, the amp with the green glow where you replace the lights in.
the Proton.
The Proton, correct.
Yeah,
That kind of looking at amp, a white
that
amp.
kind of look in a white amp. Yeah, that's what we're
dude.
talking about. So here's the other thing that I'd really like to see. When you have the remote for the bass knob, I would love to have, if nothing else, just some of the little Demore Engineering, little meters that go kind of this way. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of colors, but just something to show the volume level through the meter. Through that, obviously, it would have to have voltage, and I want to turn on and off through the remote as well. And I'm really torn whether it would be a 5-channel or a mono block. But I think if it was the first one I did,
5-channel.
If it was the first one, it'd probably be a mono block, but 5-channel would be soon thereafter. But I would like maybe 1200 watts in the sub channel, maybe 200 by 4.
Oh Lord,
1200 by 1.
That's a biggie.
Yeah, something like that.
Man. You're
and
gonna blow
all
them
those
tweets
things
like
I
me.
talked about.
You're gonna blow them tweets like me.
We've talked about that before, right? Instead of having a 5-channel or a 6-channel amp, have an 8-channel.
Right.
And then have a couple of the channels staggered. Yeah, something like that. Right. So you could do your 200 by 4 for your middler and your mid bass, 50 by 2 for your tweets.
Skip word, trademark.
1500 by 1 for the sub, built-in DSP, LED. Yeah. So Kip pretty much nailed it.
Yeah. You know what? My dream amp is somewhere along those lines, but I would have a shunt in that amp some way so I could see the wattage. But then also this amp would come with an Android and iPhone app that you can hook up to a tablet, and you can see the power output, you can see the heat, you can see everything.
Ooh.
And you can control the bass knob, and you can switch it if you want a bass boost knob, if you want to.
Oh, dude, that's smart. I really like the idea, though, of the little display that we talked about it showing the true power, like having an AMM1 built in kind of deal.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice, Rob. You thought you put some thought into this. I like it.
I have ideas. I have no way to execute these ideas, but I have ideas.
We need to go ahead and patent your ideas so we can go on Shark Tank and sell it to the other manufacturers that want to use it. Because we don't.
They're like, how old are you guys? And you're trying to sell us cardio stuff? Get out of here.
Didn't you guys grow past that in your teens?
No, we didn't. No. We're still children.
Right. No. I like that. That would be super cool. I've had one of the guys that did one of the bass meters. I can't remember. It might have been SPL Lab. But he was like a Russian dude or something. He spoke pretty good English, but we chatted back and forth on Facebook before. And he was asking me about some of the things that because right now they have the mode where it connects to your phone, and you can record the video live, and then you can actually show the dB and show you everything that's going on with the remote sensor.
Yeah.
And he was asking about stuff that you just talked about, hey, would you want to know the temperature of your amp? Would you want to know the output? All that type stuff. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, for sure.
Heck yeah. Dude, especially if you get it in some kind of app. And then if you made it, I don't know if you've used it, but the Macintosh Media Player app.
I have it. I haven't played around with it a lot. What does it have?
Yeah. It's got the VUs. It basically just plays your songs, but it shows the Macintosh VUs in it.
They sound better when you use the app, right?
Right.
Because you see the
but you could have some sick interface like that.
Yeah. Y'all need to get on that.
Yeah.
Manufacturers. Colors.
Yeah, you need consultants. Consultants. We're here.
VU meters, remote bass knobs, and apps. That's all you need. Yeah. You will be the biggest thing since sliced bread. Even though Kicker kind of already is, but you can be even bigger than sliced bread. You can be like toasted sliced bread.
Yeah.
With cheese
I love
on
how
it.
We just throw out our ideas like it's very easy to do this.
Yeah. Years and years and years of R&D. But they want to know what the people want. We're telling them. Because we know if that's what we want, and that's what everybody wants.
Yeah, something like that. We're just in the community like everyone else.
That's right.
And I'd be hearing them saying these things.
Yep. If we show them and tell them that's what they want, then that's what they want. Right? They say, Hi-Fi Vegas said that I need this, so I need it.
Right.
The power of suggestion.
Here comes Dean. Don't You
Don't
don't
be
kill
don't
my
be
Dean. You
don't,
don't kill my dreams till Thursday,
don't
bro.
be deflating my balloon.
Yeah, this is Wednesday. You can kill my dreams tomorrow.
Get some of your wire and do some jump rope. Get some of your energy away before you go for your run.
He's running right now and watching.
So while we're actually we're already up on our hour.
Yeah.
Rob, let's talk about real quick the well, first off, upcoming again. This is show 98.
Yeah.
A couple shows away. We're going to be episode 100. We're going to have some guests on. Next week, we're going to have Jeff from Parts Express, and we'll talk about some of the things like we talked about tonight so that we can find out if their growth is parallel with, other things that we're seeing. But we've also got some people already lined up after that too that I'm pretty excited about because a lot of you guys have been asking for this dude. I'm not going to say who he is yet.
Yeah.
But he's agreed to come on. Pretty exciting stuff, man. I'm really, really hyped on what's coming up. But we did want to talk about real quick about the 12 volt. I'm sorry, the old school SPL challenge.
Right.
And the Facebook group is up. We've already got people posting videos, showing scores. We had a 150 dB on the 50 watt class already hit out the gate. That was pretty impressive, but we did want to remind people that we're, trying to help out Rick Quattlebaum. And if you guys haven't seen the post on his Instagram, his daughter has been in the hospital for a while, and she has leukemia. And, we know that they're going through a lot, and obviously financial, benefits would help them. So Rob came up with the idea of creating a special sticker and things like that. But what we'll also do is we'll leave a link in the video description if you guys want to donate to the cause. You can just do that. But we'll also have some stuff available through the old school SPL challenge where, you can get a sticker if you donate enough and all that stuff. Right. So we're trying to help him out. Is there anything else you want to say about that?
Well, I'm going to make a post about that this weekend when I have more time. So the only way you previously got this sticker is if you put up a number in the old school SPL challenge. And if you do that this year, you will also get this sticker. But this year, once the sticker is designed, it's gonna be a little while for I design it, but you can pay $5 and that'll cover shipping and everything to you, but directly to Rick Quattlebaum's GoFundMe that he has set up, or it's a PayPal address actually. And the way I'm going to do that, I'll spell it out in this post. If you're not on the old school SPL page, check it out right now or whenever the show's over. But I'm going to have you guys do a donation, take a screenshot, send that to me along with your shipping address. And once the stickers are done, then I'll mail them out after the competition's over, sometime after May 5th.
Yep. Yeah, and again, we'll still have the information there. So if you don't care about the sticker or none of that matters, and you just want to help out, and we'll try to figure out some other way too, maybe through a different giveaway or something where we can give away something kind of nicer and do kind of like the way Kicker does their giveaways using the special website and stuff.
And I thought about another thing I thought about was doing. I've got some products that I thought about doing a raffle on that page to donate to the thing there. So if you guys are into that, let me know on the page. I'll put some stuff up for you guys to kind of raffle on.
Yeah, you just have to be careful with PayPal and raffle because they're shutting a lot of people's accounts down and stuff by doing that.
Right. Or so, we could do a silent auction, something like that.
Silent auction or just have people bid it up right there in person is a good way too. But anyway, yeah, we'll talk about that. Definitely something for you guys to think about. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Get Kicker involved too to help out. And Kip, thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. You guys are killing it over there, and the fact that we said it during the show, but they had audio control, work with audio control to do some of that stuff, and that just proves to me that hey, they're out to help the people and engage the parties that they need. They needed a RTA to do what they wanted to show last night, so they got the best RTA there is out there, and it's just awesome to see big companies like that working together.
Yeah, now they got to have Chris Bennett on. It's like worlds will collide right there.
Yeah, that will be a really good episode. Chris is a good dude. Sweet.
Oh, Mr. Dean too. Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll figure that out because I definitely got stuff I want to put on there, and just get more funds up for that along with the stickers, which I haven't decided what I want to do with that yet, but we got a little time.
Yeah, that'll be good. Try to help out when we can. Well, cool. We have reached our time limit for this week. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure you check us out, 12V Talk or 12volttalk.com. That'll take you to our YouTube page. You can subscribe there. You can watch any of our old videos. You can just have fun. I don't know. What else can you do on that page? Yeah. Just enjoy yourself.
And we got 90 people watching our last minute topic that we didn't do at all. So I appreciate all of you guys that stuck around for our meandering.
Yes, we do appreciate that. And the way we work this is if you're listening to the podcast, we always stay around for some extra time afterwards to chat it up with the people who are on with us live, just to show our appreciation and also just to have fun talking about things outside of audio. Not that we didn't already kind of do that during the show, but we'll continue to do that. But again, this is episode 98. This is Dereck from Wilson Audio Labs, Rob from Hi-Fi Vega. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. We will catch you next week with Jeff from Parts Express.
Yeah, buddy. We out.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. What is going on here in the chat?
So let me share my screen here and show you. I need to buy some new in-ear monitors because for some reason this ear right here is lower volume, and I've tried everything I can to fix it. Tried cleaning the contacts and everything, but she finally went out on me.
Have you gone to the ENT doctor and have him use a little vacuum cleaner?
No, I actually got one of those little ear scoopers.
Dude, I'm telling you. So ever since I was a kid, I've had how everybody's got their own little problems, right? And I'm probably getting too personal here, but I have earwax build up every 6 to 12 months. So I have to go get mine cleaned out. And I asked them about all that stuff that's available. And of course, you know how they are, right? They're saying, this is a minor surgery. You don't want to do that with yourself. You could, bust your eardrum. I got to say, when I leave after they clean that stuff out, dude, it's like I can hear
it's a whole new world.
I'm like, wow.
You know how they done mine? With water, with warm water and peroxide.
Yeah, they do that. What they do first is they put the peroxide in there, let it soak, then they dump it out, and then mine gets a little, like a vacuum cleaner. It's the weirdest thing. He sticks that thing there, you hear, I'm like, dude, can you leave some brains, please? He's like, no, you ain't got nothing in there anyway, son.
Let's see. Yep. Hey, these are actually, and I've bought, this is my third pair. Kip sent these to me, but I've bought 2 pairs of these. These are my go-to headphones to use on everything else. But when I'm on the podcast, like I use these to monitor my sound, and they're really neutral, flat sounding, and they plug into this mic right here. So
he's trying to say that Big D has got a Barry White voice, and it's too deep with the kicker EQ curve.
No, man. That's just makes you want to listen more.
So which ones are you showing us? They look like
I don't know. I was wondering if anyone had any good suggestions on anyone.
I thought the Etymotics were the good ones. You heard
they
of Etymotics?
Well, I actually like. I'll show you ones that I like. The Shure S11s, I think.
Anything that Shure makes is good.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't like these. They have some that I do not like. Okay, so this is it right here.
Dude, they got 2,700 reviews.
Right. These are the ones that I'm thinking about. And these are supposed to be pretty good. And I like the hook over the ear, and they have the nice thin cables.
Yeah, I'll have to defer to the chat.
They do have some cheaper ones that I do not like because I've had them before. This isn't them. They kind of look like regular in-ear monitors, but they're not so great. Ooh, what's this?
Somebody said JLab.
Oh, I think I've had some of those as well. Ooh, look at the plug on that.
I missed it. RVH. What makes me dizzy? What makes you dizzy to Dereck? I don't know what he was referring to.
Why not just use a headset? So I have if I can reach them.
Check out those colors behind Rob's screen. He's just looking all fancy. He look like a YouTuber. He can't hear me.
So I have these, but I don't like having stuff over my ears while I'm podcasting. It like the ones like you have that are open back where I can hear out of them, maybe.
Yeah.
But these are closed.
Yeah.
And these were my reference headphones for doing everything else. But
you can't hear when Mama's got the pie ready when you have those on.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Hey man.
CCA
What's wrong with CCA headphones, bro?
we need to hook up a powerful amp to some headphones and just watch them sizzle. That'd be fun. Nobody steal my idea. I'm getting ready to go do it right now.
Trademark.
That's right. TM.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. The cheap shirts I didn't like. The decent. I like the $100 ones I like.
As far as microphones go, it's tough to beat Shure. Whatever they offer, anything from the cheapest thing up to the most expensive, they are nice.
I just picked up an XLR. Let me see if I can get it.
That autofocus is boss.
Gotta have that Canon. But this is the SM11, and it's an XLR lav mic. It's a dynamic. It's not a condenser mic.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's a full size XLR or a mini?
No, this dude.
Oh, that's a full size.
Yeah.
Lord.
I gotta get it in front of my face here.
Does that not seem a bit ironic for a lav mic to have a full size XLR connector on the end?
Look how big this lav is.
It's pretty chunky.
Let me show you next to.
It's chunky,
You know how big the Purple Panda is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
People be like, "What is a Purple Panda?"
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a big. It's got a big capsule in there, no doubt.
But I think it's probably because it's dynamic. But I think it'll cut down a lot of room noise that I get when the air conditioner and all that's on.
OG Airbender. Sorry that I'm yawning. Thank you, sir, for the $4 super sticker. You are a super viewer.
You're a hero and a saint.
Let's see. What else is going on, guys? I've been working. So I talked last week. I think it was last week. About the Rode wireless mic system that I had. So I've been playing with it over the last week whenever I like unbox stuff. I typically do not use the audio for when I am live and recording things, but I always record it just in case. So this one is a little different than the older model, because the older model you had to use the analog out and then have an adapter to go into your phone or whatever you're using to record. But this one has a USB-C on the device, and then I bought the adapter cable that goes to Lightning, so this goes into my iPhone Pro Max.
Yeah.
And man, the audio sounds good. So a lot of the stuff that you guys are going to hear for the Willie Williston channel, which I'm trying to do, I've got all these old school amps. I've got all this stuff that Rob knows that I've been trying to make content about, but I can't put the time into it without not doing something that would probably get more views and stuff. So anyway, what I'm trying to get at is with this, I will now be able to do more of the content on the second channel where I'm just going to show like the amp dynos or maybe unboxings or maybe just talk about something. And it won't be a full, you guys are saying, well, you didn't show did it bump dough, you didn't show the guts, you didn't show whatever. I'm like, well, this is just going to be, you're getting a lot more content. It may not be as detailed. It's definitely not going to be as edited, but I still think it'll be fun. And that's what I want to use that channel for.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if they want all that, there's a page called Williston Audio Labs. You can go over there and check all of those videos out.
Right. And you guys have to remember that Rob and I both, we have day jobs, right? So all this stuff that we're doing on the side and this extra, it's a lot to do in a week. I mean, every Saturday and Sunday, even this past weekend, I went to the beach, half a day Saturday, most of the day Sunday. I was editing and I was doing voiceovers, and I mean,
and I shamed you for it accordingly.
It's because I love to do it. I mean, I honestly do. It's it's just my passion. So anyway, I do this because it's my passion. If that doesn't come across in the videos, I'm trying to emphasize it more now that it is something that I would do, whether, you know, it led to financial freedom or not, which it's not there yet. But if it does, that's great. But the fact that Oprah had the show that time that said she had the secret to tell people, right? The secret that's going to make you happy. Yeah. The secret is you have to do something for a career that inspires you, that you're excited about, that you can make money doing, but it has to be something that you're excited about. So,
yeah, very few people do YouTube just for the money in car audio. I would tell you that. Like, you got to have some sort of passion because we're a niche within a niche.
Yeah. I mean, the Steve Meads, the Jonathan Prices, the ones that have all the subscribers and all the viewers, you know, they found other things to do, and they're making great money doing other things, but they still, you know, make time to do videos as well. G Nava.
Well, appreciate it, man.
Up. Thank you, sir.
G Nava's OG. Pop in and out.
Yeah, we do like to vacation. Yeah. It's funny because the last time that Kip came to North Carolina, he was about 20 minutes, I think, from me where we stayed. And it was like whenever you're, you know, with your family at the beach and stuff, everybody has their plans, and he had their plans, and we never actually got together the whole week. It's kind of a bummer, but anyway, it is what it is sometimes. But still, I take all my stuff and I still edit. So it's all the love of the game.
I'll tell you guys, when I go to the beach this summer, I'm not editing nothing. And I'm not doing no live streams. So just so you know.
Believe that. Behind the camera with direct audio. I used to show my face a lot more in the videos, but there's a lot of channels that I watch myself, and what I try to do is, I think it does add that personal touch, so I think it does add something. But for me, when I'm doing the things I'm doing, it's like my focus is on the product, and that's kind of what I'm doing, and so I'm not adding that much. So I don't show myself that much anymore. But you guys get to see me on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't get enough of me here, then y'all probably said, I see enough of that ugly sucker. Dude.
That's not good, man.
That's not good. I talk to people all the time that a guy that just started working with us, he worked down at the beach, and he's like, yeah, I lived down there for 5 years, and I went to the beach like 5 times.
Wow.
I'm like, dude. I mean, I understand in the summer when it's really busy, but when we went this weekend, we got on the beach and we were playing the little tennis game that's got the bouncy ball. But we looked both directions, and there was like 2 people on this side and like 4 people on that side. As far as you could see, I'm like, oh man, this is nice.
That's what I like about we go on a spot over in Fort Walton, and there's like a bunch of condos and stuff, and they have their own beach there. So it is kind of crowded at times, but it's not as crowded as like the main beach in Destin or wherever.
How does one define financial freedom? Um, that's a good question, Justin.
Not
Because
having
that,
to work a day job.
yeah, pretty much being able to
That's
do what you want to
this full
do
time.
full time. Yeah, I mean, there's ways to do it. Granted, what's this thing you call a beach?
Hey, I seen a
So,
video of you sitting at the beach on a sunset, breaking all the YouTube rules. Dean, just this Saturday,
see, he does that.
he was there.
Um, so Xbox 360 fat. So I've talked about this a little bit before. Rob and I've kind of talked about it too. There's the fine line between, being sponsored by somebody and then reviewing their products kind of thing. And some people may say the JP stuff that I'm doing is kind of that way because I'm an affiliate of them. But the way affiliate stuff works is I just put links in my videos, and if you buy something, then I get a small portion of the sale. But that doesn't mean that, I mean, I guess it does give me incentive to send people over to it. But Rob knows me, and I think you guys probably know me by now, that even on the last of the JP23, there's things I didn't like, and I told you guys about it. I don't really, and maybe that's probably in the way I shouldn't be, but I want to be as genuine as possible. I want to tell you what you want to know about the products. And just because they sent me this stuff for free, because I'm an affiliate, that doesn't mean that that's going to change. But I will probably still put up that it was a sponsored video because they sent me the equipment and all that, and that I am an affiliate because if you buy stuff through them, I will get the benefit. But I'm not going to hold back. If there's something I don't like, I'm going to tell you. I've already got a couple
Mm.
things I don't like that I'm going to tell you. So it's tough because if we want to do reviews of products and be, what's the word, Rob? Be as objective. Is it objective or subjective? We want to be as objective,
Objective. Yeah.
objective as possible. Then, you know, you have to detach yourself from the things that can incentivize you to do something a certain way, right?
Yeah.
So if I was sponsored by Audio Control and Kicker and Rockford Fosgate and Sundown and whoever else, then it's kind of like the magazines used to be, right? You got a full page ad for a JL Audio subwoofer. You have a test that month that has a JL Audio subwoofer in it. The JL Audio subwoofer coming in last place, that doesn't incentivize JL Audio to buy a full page ad next time, right? Because then
Yeah, for
people are going to be
sure.
like, why are we paying for this? It's complicated, okay? I'm trying to find a way around it. But the affiliate stuff is our way to still get some benefit from the products that are sold, but they sell stuff other than the JP amps, the JP23s. They sell Sundown, they sell Crossfire, they sell Scar Audio. They don't sell Kicker yet, but Kit, we're going to work on that. But anyway, stuff like that is a way that we can. It's like, I don't care. If you like Scar, go get the Scar. If you like Kicker, go get the Kicker. If you like the JP stuff, go get it. I'm just showing you the products and I'm giving you the avenue to purchase it. That's all.
Yeah. Well, we had a big conversation on sound advice towards the end of it, where it was busting myths that people believe in car audio or audio in general. And one of the things I said is unbiased reviews. That I believe that there's no such thing as a truly unbiased review. There's and what I just boiled it down to is like you can have an honest review.
Yeah,
Because there's always some kind of bias,
of
whether it
course.
could be way back when, or it might not even be negative or positive. It might just be some kind of, neutral bias, even.
Yeah, if I liked Rockford Fosgate when I was growing up, I'm a fan of them, then sure, I have
Yeah.
a bias towards liking it. If I really like the blue color on this amp, hey, that makes me
Yeah.
excited about it already, and I haven't even done any tests or done anything. So yeah, I mean, it does add some flavor toward bias, but the way I see it is the way I explained it before with the magazines back in the day. If people believed that the content they were getting there was unbiased, then it's a lot less true than what we try to do now. Rob and I talk about this all the time, and we both bang our heads on the wall trying to figure out the best method of being as little biased as possible.
Right. Yeah,
And it's,
you're just trying to be honest is what it
yeah,
is.
trying to be as honest. And just like I said, you don't hold back. So if I don't like
Right.
something about this, then I'm going to tell you. If
Yeah, for sure.
if it does something if it makes a sound that I don't like, I'm going to tell you. Just like with the Sundown, if the amp blows up because the ratings on the box are wrong,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you. I understand that this is not good for the company. This may affect sales, and that doesn't make me a patron of the products. But I'm that's the honesty you're getting from me and from us, is that we're doing this stuff for you guys, and the fact that the companies can use us as a conduit is great, but they have to understand that we're not going to sugarcoat, the stuff. We're going to be
Right.
legit.
Yeah, and see, I'm just the opposite. Like, I would totally take a sponsorship, but if I didn't like it, I would say it, and if it cost me a sponsorship, then so be it.
Well,
So
I can
because
tell you,
I say stuff like that all the time.
and Kip maybe knows this better than me, but when I did the Stinger, and I can talk about it now because it's over with and it's long gone, but when I did the contract with them to get all the wiring and the power supply stuff and everything they sent, the RCAs and everything, I signed a contract that said that I wouldn't say anything negative about their company. And not only during the time that we were doing the product deal, which was a 1-year contract, but then 6 months after that, so it was 18 months total that I couldn't say anything negative, and that was in writing. So that's the part where you can't be truly objective if you're gonna,
that's in there,
right? If that type thing is in there. So my thought was, it's wire, it's RCAs.
Yeah.
You use those for hooking up your amplifier, but I'm not reviewing a Stinger amplifier, and I didn't at the time because they didn't even have any. Obviously, they've gotten some now, but that was my thought, is that I could just do something where they don't make amplifiers or speakers or whatever.
Well, it's a good thing you done that early on because you learned a lesson from it, what you don't want to happen in the future.
It was a lesson that now $2,500 worth of wire and equipment, it would have been much better spent if I'd have done it myself. And
yeah.
I do appreciate what they did. I don't want to minimize that at all because, I had 10 or 12,000 subscribers at the time, and that was huge to me.
Right.
To get that kind of money, for doing it. It definitely helped accelerate me. So I don't want to minimize the fact that I appreciate what they did. It's just, it's understanding that, sometimes when you see that, what is the Jazzy Jeff song? Everything that glitters isn't always gold.
Yeah.
You see the shiny stuff, you go, or it's like, maybe that's not quite the way I thought it should be. Yeah, and Kip and I have talked about this before, and same thing with Chris at Audio Control. I banged him on the amp about the wires being too close, and I know that a true installer would use ferrules and they wouldn't have that problem. But honestly, if you're going to bridge an amp, why don't you have the two outer terminals be the ones where the speaker wires going, not the two inner terminals where they're going to be right up against each other? I guess if you're running it 4-channel, you're going to have all four up against it anyway, but it's still, I don't know.
Yeah.
I get picky sometimes.
I don't like that either. I do like the Rockford Fosgate connections because you don't need ferrules for one, and you get a nice secure crimp, and they're far enough away and they're big enough.
They are. Yeah, and then they clamp down tight too. You're right.
Yeah.
I definitely like those. The ones in Audio Control amps are very small. 12 gauge is difficult to get in those. But yeah,
that's
so
that's kind of an old holdover, I think.
Yeah, but we're going to be true, and that's the honest thing about it, and that's the reason why it's difficult. Honestly, I don't reach out for sponsorships, so that's the other reason why I don't have them, is because I don't reach out. But I do think the affiliate thing, because Rob and I have been doing it through Amazon, eBay, some of the other websites as well. Things like that. You have to sell a lot of stuff to make any money, though, is the only thing, because it's like 0.5% or something. So that's the deal. Hope you guys get it.
Yeah, Crack Chat's preaching, man. Can I get an amen?
Yes,
Straight
you
outputs.
can.
I think even our buddy Dean would appreciate the straight outputs much more than us, since he does it every day.
Oh yeah. So Dean doesn't like the angled jacks either.
No, no.
Oh, does
Look at
anybody
his.
like those?
I guess Kip does. Do you like these, Kip? Do you
Why?
like the angled?
Why? Whoever came up with the angled inputs for power and ground
When we used to drill bolt holes through our boards to run the wires through, I'm assuming.
used
But
to,
yeah,
right?
used to.
We also used to use 12 gauge for our power wire. So
And they used to put it in the box with the amps.
yes, they did with a fuse. We are slowly changing. Okay, we're just curious. I didn't realize that Dean didn't like it. I thought he had said before that he did.
No, because if you think about it, he's laying all his wire out flat.
Ah,
So
that's
when it
right.
angles, he has to go like this, or he'll use risers, or
Yeah, that messes up the clean wiring club.
he just had to confirm it for you.
So this is a good question. Okay, so I'm glad that Dev Null mentioned this. So the video that I made probably a year ago now was when I talked about Jonathan Price being the smartest person in car audio because he was the sole online reseller for a lot of products at that time. I think they've expanded some of them now. I think Sundown, he was their first online reseller, and they've since expanded to other online resellers. But so the reason this is because in a lot of cases, if you buy an Amazon through Amazon, like Amazon being the seller, then you do get the warranty. And Kip can correct me if I'm wrong if Amazon is not a kicker. I think Amazon is, right?
I don't
An
think so.
authorized reseller? No?
Uh-uh.
Okay. Well, I need to wait for him to say that. But yeah, so you guys know the way Amazon works is we don't know. When we link to a page, we don't know who the reseller is going to be at that moment because if somebody sells out, like if I'm just using this name because they're probably not a authorized seller, but like Discounts Jungle, Hi-Fi Sound Connection. Now I know
Now
they
that
are a
they are authorized.
authorized
Yeah.
kicker reseller, but when I link to a page on Amazon, I don't know which one. Like if Hi-Fi Sound Connection sells out, then Amazon will just put whoever the next cheapest seller is on the main page.
Right.
So I can't control, what people purchase through that. But going back to the Jonathan Price thing, that's why we were asking them, hey, why don't you guys have a program like Amazon so that us as creators who do videos of things that you sell can send people to you with a tag in the code or whatever so that we can send you traffic and in return we get a portion of whatever the traffic purchases. That's a win-win for both sides, right? He's getting more people buying the equipment. We're getting a little kickback and they're authorized and all that stuff. So that's what we're trying to do with other resellers and other manufacturers as well, is finding a way that we can be a conduit to give people a method of purchasing the product through an authorized reseller and us still have a way to benefit from it.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is most of the affiliate commissions that we get are not on the exact product we shared. So if you don't know how it works, if you click that link for 24 hours, anything you buy on Amazon will get a small kickback from, and they sell so much stuff that even it's very hard to replace that
It's a
because
biggie,
they sell everything.
and that's a good point because they may just use our link to go look at a kicker amp and then may say, well, wow, we need to get some more toilet paper. We may need to get some school supplies. We may need to get, whatever. Like Rob said, for 24 hours, whatever they purchase. And we get people that purchase like refrigerators and toaster ovens and all that stuff. And we get the commissions from all that stuff. So that kind of thing helps out when we can't be as targeted as we are like with Down for Sound, which now we can be, but we're just talking about how things were before with the retailers. So we're just trying to find a way to work with the authorized retailers and the manufacturers in a way that can benefit all of us.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure. And you should always when you're buying anything, you should do some research yourself. Never just click a link and assume everything's okay. No matter if it's your favorite trusted YouTuber, one of us, like always do a little bit of research yourself because you don't want to just click buy, and then be like, oh, I don't have a warranty.
Yeah, it's a biggie to check for things like that. I mean, we should probably put the caveat too in our links. We're not sure if they're authorized or not, or verify that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are authorized dealers that sell on Amazon, but not everyone's selling kickers authorized. Yeah, I mean,
well, and that's like we also we can't put out, like, you have to have some common sense of your own. I can't warn you about every single thing in every single video or in the description. Like, we're all adults here, so if you're making a purchase, make sure that you've checked all the boxes for yourself and not just done, even though you are helping us out and we really appreciate it, but you should definitely check it out for yourself.
yes, Dev, no, that's what we were just talking about. Yes, we can
Hmm.
see everything that people purchase, but what you have to realize is we're
But
working on.
not individually.
No, we're working on.
Yeah.
No, I can't see what you purchased. I can see what XYZ somebody purchased, but the biggest thing to realize is Amazon's affiliate program is great. However, you have got to have huge number of sales through Amazon to make money. I mean, a couple $100 a month, is pretty good. Some people are making a lot more than that, but you have to sell a ton
Right.
to get more than a few $100 a month. And
Got him. Ah, dude.
no, but that's how it goes with the affiliate stuff. It's tough. I mean, you've got to have multiple sources, all different ways around of how to bring in income. That's what we're working on, different ways. We're trying to diversify our little portfolios here so we can do our dream thing full time. But we don't mention it enough. Rob and I don't really pimp our Patreon or stuff like that. I don't feel like trying to beg people for money, but hey, $5 a month, $2 a month, whatever the thing is. I mean, if we just had enough people do that would be a way. I mean, I see some of the creators that get like $5,000 to $10,000 a month off of Patreon.
Yeah.
And
One of my favorite podcasts is like a 10,000+ a month Patreon. That's the only way they're supported.
And if they have a bad month on YouTube, if they have something else that happens, then they're covered. But we're depending on YouTube as a big source because YouTube is, for me, the biggest source. But
well, and I just like updated my Patreon, so I've set a goal. Once I reach that monetary goal, I'll do like an exclusive Patreon podcast where I either talk to patrons or just myself or somebody else.
Yeah.
So there's perks to that. You get to see Big D. Everyone comments, well, how'd you comment on Dereck's video a week early? Well, I'm a Patreon.
Yeah.
Subscriber, so.
It's one of the benefits, right? You get early access. Sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's a day, but it's always early. And then all the other people comment, how did this video drop yesterday and I'm just seeing it? Or this video dropped last week and I just seen it. I'm like, well, that's why.
Got to be in a club. Someone else mentioned this earlier, but you showed me those.
Yes.
They're kind of cool looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. They claim it's high quality components and everything.
PPI has been claiming a lot of stuff the past 10 years.
So again, being truthful, being honest.
Wait,
I mean,
here's a truth bomb on you. Precision Power has sucked since it came out. How you like them apples?
sometimes, you know,
I didn't
it's
even
funny.
like the I
It's
did back in the day. I don't now though that I've
it
had experience with them.
it's funny, Rob, that you mentioned that because somebody commented on the Willie Wilson video that I just released today on the Pro Art 100. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out because that amp was it's just gorgeous. But one of the commenters said that he could not stand PPI back in the 90s because all the dealers, even in, I think he said even the Arizona area where he was from, he said they were such jerks and it was so difficult to work with them that he just wouldn't even buy the brand. And I was like, that reminds me a lot of my experience with some of the other brands back in the 90s around me because at the time, everything was in such high demand. It's kind of like, you know, when you go in to buy the new Ford Bronco or whatever vehicle that you want that's new, you don't have to use a Ford Bronco, for example, but I will. But you go to the dealer, yep, I got it. It's going to be $20K over the sticker price, though. So this was like what these car audio companies do. I go into the shop, I'm like, yeah, that amp's not $299, it's $329. What? That's over the MSRP. Well, it's suggested, manufacturer's suggested retail price. It doesn't mean what we have to sell it for. I was like, peace. I'm out.
Yeah, bye.
Because to me, that tells me that you ain't nothing about anything but the money. Even though yes, they're in high demand and, you know, that's how the market works. No, sorry.
Yeah. Luckily, we didn't have no jerk. Both the shops, we had 34 shops at maximum. They were all cool. Yeah. So I had a much different experience in that.
Yeah, I wish I did. I wish I spent more time with Jay and them at Creative Acoustics because they've been around forever in Raleigh, North Carolina, and you know, Bill Brown that now is at Kicker. He actually worked there for a while, and they're a great family and everything. But I always thought they were more of the home stuff, and they built speakers and stuff. I didn't realize how much they were into car audio. Of course, I got out of it when Jay got big into it and was SPL king back in the 90s. But anyway, yeah. Anything else? Have we missed anything in the chat?
No. PPI owned SQ comps. They did.
Rob, your PPI comment was a CCA comment. You know that, right?
Yeah. Well, they can tie that to me because I've listened to the amps like recently. They don't sound that good, man. They're just regular amps. They don't, like, matter of fact, they don't even sound as good as like a 225 HCCA.
That, yeah. As much as we get on Orion and their old school stuff and their lies about what their amps could do, it's tough to say anything bad about that 225. Yeah. That is a beast little amp.
Oh, dude, you don't like I might be breaking somebody's PPI heart right now, but when that 2500 showed up like that, I was like, dude, like I knew it was crap back in the day, but I thought it was just me. And then when I seen it, the 2100 HCCA.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, dude, man, it's just yeah.
You don't know how many times I had to tell people that I tested 3 of those, and 2 of them were completely gone through with all the MOSFETs changed out, or the BJTs, all of the caps, you know, pretty much as good or better than new. And yeah, they still did not do anywhere near that 800 watts.
No. The XCRs were better though.
Yes.
But still, Orion was totally overrated back in the day.
Yes.
No. Even the 225.
That makes me understand, though, why I always wonder, why aren't they testing a Orion amp? I want to see one, you know, and all those tests they did in magazines. They never test. After that one, what was it, the 2250 SX, they tested, they did the big amp challenge.
Yeah.
And it did like 790 watts or something bridge when it's supposed to do 1,000. I'm like, and then I tested them after the fact. I show people, I'm like, this amp does like 850 or something. Like, oh, it should do 1,500 watts. Give it enough juice. I'm like,
1600.
did y'all see the article that was done many years ago with the guy that has the $50,000 audio precision, and he tested it and he got this, and I got very similar. But you think we're both wrong? Does it matter? It's just watts. But again, overrated watts.
Right.
That's the best. That's the worst kind of watts there is.
I can answer this for you, Screwflow. Sundown. Yeah. The hippos are nice.
L7X.
L7X.
And I haven't even heard it yet.
Yeah. Well,
Kicker is getting Rob and I talked about this before, and we warned all you bass head guys, because we're kind of bass enthusiasts, not really bass heads. But Kicker is gonna rattle some windows, and they're gonna get people to be like, oh, this is better than my friend said about Walmart. When they get serious about something, they're gonna take some people down.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, mark my words.
Well, they forgot because they were out of the game so long.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, it's only rated 2,000 watts. Be like, Sundown ZV5 is rated 2,000 watts RMS. So,
yeah. Have you done the 8 hours, continuously?
Right.
With the, 20 to 80 hertz tone?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well,
just
just
be ready. I'm just warning you, people.
10,000 watts to them.
You're hearing the the little mentions here of get ready for some big stuff. I'm just telling you, it's going to happen. Rob and I have been on the train here for a while. We know that they ain't playing around. I'm just telling you, y'all get ready. All you who are laughing at Kicker, you're getting ready to be laughing at yourself.
Right.
All right, we good?
Yeah.
I mean, I can keep going for a few more minutes. So I'm just
this is we're all the same, Mark. That's
we're 80. We got 86 people still watching. What was wrong with y'all people? I'm just kidding. Thank you for watching. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. I like I still love Orion, even though I know that most of their stuff was just overrated.
Nostalgia is strong, brother. Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember writing down like my dream systems, and I would write it down in my notebook, in my math notebook or whatever when I was in class, not paying attention to the teacher. And I would just dream, and I add up the price and be like, there's no way I'm going to be able to afford a $900 amp. I mean, my car back then only cost like $1,200. And so, yeah, a lot of it is, wow, we can still get the stuff that we could never get back then. So to me, that's what the cool part about it is. It's just that warm and fuzzy, kind of, hey, I couldn't have this then, I can have it now.
Yeah, you even want the cheap crap from back in the days.
I do. I think
you got affinity for it still.
I think it's neat to show it because in some cases, wow, you get surprised, but in most cases, it's a waste. And I pay way more for those things than I should. But if I find one new in the box and I can show it off in a video, it's worth me to spend $50 or $60 when I know they sold it at the flea market for $19.95.
Yeah. Well, I just spent a bunch of money on subwoofers I'll probably never use, so it happens.
Yep. But it's cool. The old school market for car audio, Rob says it's a bubble. I don't know that it's going to go down anytime soon because we've seen what's happened with the BMX bikes. They have gotten completely and utterly out of control with their prices of the old school 80s stuff. And so you have to remember the car audio is 5 to 7 or so years behind BMX stuff.
Yeah.
So the fact that BMX stuff is so expensive right now tells me the old school car audio, especially the good quality stuff that's not beat up, people have taken care of. Bitcoin, my friends,
it's a bubble.
In old school car audio.
100%. Do not take Dereck's vesting advice.
No, don't. Just don't buy it because I will, and I'll be laughing all the way to the bank when I retire.
You and Mike Schultz.
Stuff.
Oh goodness! All right,
All right, guys,
they've
we
had
have
enough of our
wasted
nonsense.
enough of y'all's time tonight. We do appreciate you hanging on. This has been a lot of fun. Next week, we'll have Jeff from Parks Express. We'll talk about
He's got new stuff to talk about.
the new stuff that we want to talk
Yeah.
about, and we also want to find out, hey, have their sales been as high as everything else that's going on, and what else? And you guys let us know what kind of questions you want to ask too. So just either post them here or post them when we start the stream, and we'll be sure to ask them.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, you guys, have a great rest of the week. We will catch up with you next Wednesday. Rob, we'll see you tomorrow night with Brother Dean.
Yeah. You'll hear more non-car audio talk and then some car audio talk.
Reverse polarity tomorrow night. So check Rob out with that. Make sure you subscribe. High Five Vega, Willie Williston, and Wilson Audio Labs. We will catch you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.